Picture this. You're staring at a pile of work, knowing you should start. But instead, you're reorganizing your sock drawer for the third time this week. Sound familiar? Welcome to the world of ADHD procrastination, where your brain's executive function is on a permanent vacation. Stick around as we explore why your ADHD mind resists getting things done and discover strategies to boost your productivity. And who am I to push you through this procrastination paralysis? My name is Dr. Sulman Aziz Mirza, triple board certified adult psychiatry, child and adult psychiatry, and addiction medicine, and I also deal with ADHD, and I'll share all my secrets with you tomorrow. Procrastination and ADHD is more than an occasional annoyance. It's a daily challenge. It's not about laziness, but a mismatch between knowing what needs to be done and actually starting. Imagine your brain is a car with a finicky ignition that also has a faulty on switch. You're ready to go, but the engine won't start, and you can't seem to flip the switch to get moving. This struggle stems from how ADHD brains are wired. The parts responsible for motivation and task initiation function differently, making it hard to translate the urge to start into action. As a result, the ADHD brain becomes creative at making excuses. I need perfect conditions, or I work better under pressure, it might say. These aren't conscious choices, but automatic responses to challenging or unengaging tasks. The pattern can even extend into night with revenge bedtime procrastination. People with ADHD might delay sleep to reclaim some control over their time after feeling overwhelmed all day. It's the brain's way of asserting independence when task management feels out of reach. Each time we give into these excuses, we feed the procrastination cycle. It grows stronger, making future tasks even harder to tackle. Procrastination tricks the ADHD brain by playing on its tendency to seek immediate rewards and avoid discomfort. Starting a task often feels uncomfortable, so the brain looks for quick ways to feel better, like checking social media instead of tackling that important project. Understanding this cycle is the first step in breaking it. There's a deeper neurological process at play tied closely to how the ADHD brain manages executive functions. These functions are like your brain's control center, the part that helps you plan, organize, and get things done. For people with ADHD, this control center operates differently, which leads us to an interesting aspect of how procrastination manifests in daily life. Executive functions are like your brain's management team, operating from a busy control tower. For people with ADHD, this team often struggles with faulty equipment. This creates challenges in planning, prioritizing, and managing time, which can lead to procrastination. Let's break it down. Planning requires you to map out steps and see the big picture. But for someone with ADHD, it might feel like trying to solve a jigsaw puzzle with missing pieces. Prioritizing tasks? That's like being asked to rank your favorite foods when everything tastes equally delicious or bland. And time management? Imagine trying to bake a cake without a timer or clock in sight. When your brain's control center isn't working smoothly, even simple tasks can feel overwhelming. It's hard to know where to start or how to break things down into manageable steps. This uncertainty and difficulty initiating tasks create ideal conditions for procrastination to thrive. But understanding these challenges is the first step to overcoming them. Instead of fighting against your brain, you can learn to work with it. For example, breaking tasks into smaller parts can make them feel less daunting. This approach helps you focus on one step at a time, reducing that paralyzing feeling of not knowing where to begin. External supports can also be very helpful. Visual reminders like sticky notes or digital alerts can help compensate for time management struggles. Finding an accountability partner can provide additional support when your internal systems aren't fully cooperating. I half joke about it all the time. If I didn't have my wife yelling at me to make sure the bills are paid, my credit score would be back in the 500s like it was before we got together. These strategies can help build workarounds for executive function deficits and start addressing procrastination. While these challenges play a significant role in ADHD procrastination, there's another important factor to consider: emotions. Let's explore how feelings can either contribute to procrastination or help us overcome it. Emotions and procrastination are closely linked for those with ADHD. Understanding this connection can be key to overcoming avoidance and taking action. For people with ADHD, emotional regulation significantly impacts procrastination. Intense emotions like anxiety, shame, and frustration can derail even simple tasks, making it challenging to start projects or tackle to-do lists. These negative emotions create a cycle that reinforces procrastination. Dr. Fuchsia Sirois explains, people engage in chronic procrastination because of an inability to manage negative moods around a task. Overwhelm often strikes when facing long task lists or complex projects. Anxiety increases as deadlines approach, while shame whispers about inadequacy and missed opportunities. Here's a common experience that you may go through to help illustrate this struggle. You're going through your daily emails and you hit the reply button and then you freeze. Your mind races with all the ways you could mess up, and suddenly you're organizing your desk drawer instead of replying to that email. This experience highlights how emotional challenges can lead to task avoidance and seemingly unrelated activities. This struggle isn't unique to you. Many people with ADHD describe a painful sense of paralysis when faced with tasks. They want to start, they know they should start, but they feel unable to make progress. It's not laziness, it's a genuine difficulty in managing the emotional weight of expectations and potential failure. But here's the crucial point. Procrastination and ADHD isn't a character flaw, nor is it about laziness or lack of motivation. It's a coping mechanism for dealing with challenging emotions and negative moods. Understanding this emotional component is vital. It shifts the focus from why can't I just do it to how can I manage these feelings to make starting easier. Recognizing this emotional component shifts the focus from self-blame to finding effective strategies. By addressing both emotional and executive function challenges, people with ADHD can develop tools to overcome procrastination. The goal is to work with your unique brain wiring, not against it. You've tried countless productivity hacks, but they never seem to stick. What if the secret to conquering procrastination isn't about changing who you are, but about leveraging your unique ADHD strengths? Get ready to discover a toolkit tailored specifically for your brain's wiring. One powerful strategy is the Pomodoro technique. This method involves working in focused bursts followed by short breaks. It's perfect for the ADHD brain that thrives on novelty and struggles with long periods of concentration. Set a timer for 25 minutes, work intensely, then take a 5-minute break. This creates a rhythm that can help you stay on task without feeling overwhelmed. Color coding tasks or using visual planning boards can help organize information in a way that's easier for the ADHD mind to process. These visual systems make priorities and deadlines more apparent at a glance. Sticky notes around your workspace serve as constant reminders of what needs to be done. They act as external prompts, compensating for the ADHD brain's difficulty in maintaining focus. Plus, the act of writing tasks down can help cement them in your mind. Remember we talked about accountability partners before? Well, there's something else called body doubling, where you work alongside someone else, even virtually, which can increase focus and motivation. The presence of another person, even if they're working on their own tasks, can provide a subtle accountability boost. Share your goals with a friend or colleague who can check in on your progress. This social element adds a positive pressure that can motivate you to follow through on your commitments. Mindfulness practices have shown promise in improving executive function for adults with ADHD. Even a short daily meditation session can help you become more aware of your thought patterns and better able to redirect your focus when it wanders. And no, you don't need to unroll your yoga mat for this. It can be as simple as sitting at your desk, taking some deep breaths, and visualizing finishing a task. Gamification can turn mundane tasks into engaging challenges. Use apps that reward task completion with points or virtual badges, tapping into the ADHD brain's love for immediate rewards. Creating a done list instead of a to-do list can help boost motivation as well. Seeing your accomplishments written down can provide a sense of progress and encourage continued productivity. That dopamine burst that we get from checking that to-do box is so fundamental for people with ADHD and something we need to tap into. In line with this, make technology work for you. Task management apps can be invaluable tools for organizing responsibilities and tracking progress. They serve as external memory aids, helping you keep track of deadlines and priorities when your internal systems fall short. Using reminders or calendar app on your phone or computer can be invaluable, and one system that I use every day. Talking about calendars, establishing a weekly routine can create a structure that supports productivity. By reducing decision fatigue, you free up mental energy for tackling important tasks. This doesn't mean every minute needs to be scheduled, but but having a general framework can provide a sense of stability. Time blocking with buffer zones can help manage time more effectively. Schedule tasks in blocks, but include extra time between them to account for transitions or unexpected delays. And talking about time, implementing a 2-minute rule can prevent small tasks from piling up. If a task takes less than 2 minutes, do it immediately rather than putting it on your to-do list. Remember, the goal isn't to become a productivity machine overnight. It's about finding strategies that work with your unique brain wiring. Experiment with different approaches and be patient with yourself as you discover what works best for you. We've explored how ADHD brains work differently, creating unique challenges with procrastination. It's about understanding and working with your brain's natural tendencies. The strategies discussed can help you build a toolkit for tackling tasks. Remember, finding what works for you takes time. Experiment with different approaches and be patient with yourself. As comedian Stephen Wright joked, "When I was in school, the teachers told me practice makes perfect. Then it told me nobody's perfect. So I stopped practicing." Unlike Wright's one-liner, your efforts to manage procrastination are valuable, even if they're not perfect. Thanks for watching, and I want to hear from you. What strategies have helped you manage ADHD-related procrastination? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's learn from each other's experiences. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share with your friends and family. Until next time, be safe and be well.